Hi everyone, this is Darryl Lonnie with the head men's basketball coach here at Western Oregon, Craig Stanger. We have exciting things to talk about today. Let's start with your home game. Last week you played 3 games last week. Humboldt State, and as it came down the stretch, it looked like your team was in big trouble. And then you made a bunch of huge plays. A block shot that you can talk about, a drive to the basket at the end that you can talk about, and eventually pulled out a thrilling one-point victory. Craig?
It was a great win for us. The guys played really hard. This is a young team, and we're learning along the way. The first 3 victories we won in a variety of ways, and so this one was a great test of what we can do. We were down, and I was pleased to see how we responded. Matt Smith came up with a huge block that we had to have. I believe we were down 3. We were down 3 at the time, and that would have put us down 5 with under a minute to play. And so it was a definite big-time play. And then we were able to convert at the other end with some free throws. And the guys just played really hard, maintained their focus, and found a way to win.
You know, it's interesting, at the end of the game, on our post-game, Coach was talking about what a great play that your young guard, Blair Whedon, makes, and that he does exactly the right thing. Some guard, he took the ball from one end to the other and put the pressure on the defense. Also, in term, kind of puts the pressure on the officiating in case there's any contact at all on the play. So many people, it seems like in college games, you'll see, and I suppose we're talking more about inexperienced guards, will pull up and settle for a jump shot in that situation. But your guy did the right thing, and you were telling me afterward that that's what you preach.
Well, it looked like he did the right thing because he scored, and it worked out in our favor. But that is what we strive to do. We want to put immediate pressure on the defense, not necessarily pressure on the officiating crew, but pressure on the defense. We don't want to give the defense a chance to set up. We feel that we practice every day, guys making decisions on the fly, and so they've been put in that environment, and they should be able to go ahead and go forth and be pretty successful. And Blair did a nice job of that.
This last weekend you played 2 games. Friday you played Dominican, Saturday rematch against Notre Dame de Namur. Got beat on Friday night. Talk about that for the game first.
We ran into a very hard-working team. They are probably the best defensive team that we had faced so far. Very fundamentally solid, did a nice job there. And we were not as careful with the ball as we had been, and they made us pay for that. And so that was a frustrating night, but I was very pleased with how we responded the next night, coming back, and instead of worrying about what we did or did not do the previous night, we just really aggressively went after Notre Dame and played our style.
Wow, you had a great first half. I had them down by 28. Is that the best half of the year for this team?
It probably is. From top to bottom, we executed well offensively. Our defensive pressure was doing really well. I think we caused another 14 turnovers in that first half, 25 for the game. And so it was good. And we, again, had multiple contributions from a variety of guys. Didn't quite have the diverse scoring that we've had in previous games, but in regards to contributions, everybody that was on the floor had an impact. Big Colton Nelson, who was recovering from an ankle, finally got to see some action. Did a nice job. Had a couple of assists, a couple of key baskets, some rebounds, and that's the type of performance we need out of our guys. Regardless of how many minutes they're out there, they need to give us a lift.
He comes back. He had been injured. Josh Johnson comes back. He had been injured. You got Jesse Cipoletti into the game, your young freshman. So there were a lot of pluses for the guys coming off the bench in this game.
Absolutely. We need to keep developing our depth. That's going to be critical in league. It's a very, very long season, and the guys need to understand that. And so it was good that we got those guys some experience.
All right, Wednesday night, here comes #1 ranked team in the nation, BYU Hawaii. How about a preview?
Well, yeah, we don't get to rest very much. Here in a couple of days, we play BYU Hawaii. They are preseason #1 team in the country. They were in the top 5 most of the year last year, finished. They did get upset in the regional finals of the national tournament and did not get to the Elite 8, which was a bit of a surprise. But the team that did upset them went on to be national runner-up. But they are an extremely talented team, extremely aggressive, athletic. They don't make many mistakes, and that's been the key to their success. I believe they were 27-2 last year or something like that, and they've started out well with 2 wins already this year. This will be their first trip to the mainland, and so hopefully we can get after them with our style of play and make them react to us.
You want a pressure team. It's going to be interesting to see how your pressure does against them in terms of the fact that they have some really good athletes.
They do, and some really good quick guards. And much like the game against Hawaii Hilo, where that was an issue for us, we'll have a challenge with that. But we'll just see how we do.
Now you're going to work on during the week, work on getting students out and hopefully getting a big crowd for this game.
Absolutely, it'd be great to have the students come out and enjoy. Yeah, as you know, this is great NCAA basketball action, and the more students we can get there to be immersed in the activity, I think they'll really enjoy themselves. It's a great level of play, and why not take a little night off from the studies and come enjoy the game. We really want our home court to be an advantage, and we can do that when we have a great crowd and great student participation. So we're really looking for them to come out and support us.
You had a nice little article in the Salem Statesman about a week ago, another article this week. That kind of, those kind of things really help, don't they?
It does, and we need that because we're the only Division II team in the state of Oregon. So people aren't used to seeing us play against other rival teams in the area because there are none. So any press we can get to help expose the communities to Division II basketball, I think is good.
You have a couple of assistant coaches, and before we get too far into the season, let's tell everyone who they are and what they do for you.
My full-time assistant is Coach Jared Gibson, and then we have our second assistant is Coach Robin Andrea. Coach Gibson is a great asset to our program. He's been with me since I've been head coach here. This is our 5th season together, and he does a really nice job of developing our posts, and also is very good at the defensive fundamentals. And so we rely on him heavily in those 2 areas to help us become a better squad. He also assists me in the recruiting aspect. Coach Andrea works with the strength and conditioning of our players, and is also very valuable on the court for on-court instruction and coaching, and has a passion for the game. So we've been very fortunate to have these 2 guys with us for a number of years, and we hope that can continue.
Craig, last thing, for a while, and you're not the only school that goes through this, for a while 3 different sports were sharing the gym, women's basketball and volleyball being the other 2. Volleyball, of course, their season is over, so I assume that's loosened things up a little bit in terms of practice time and hours?
It has. We're able to practice a little bit more, which is definitely good. We do run into that pinch early on of getting the practice time that we would like, and that we feel that some other teams maybe are getting and we are not. So we just focus on what we can do and get that part done, and then now as the holiday season comes on, we use this time, the month of December, to implement some more aspects, to add to our repertoire, as it were, so that we can have them ready for league.
All right, we'll close with that. That's the head coach of the Western Oregon men's basketball team, Craig Stanger.